Okay, my microphone seems to have stopped working, at least with this iPad. I don't know, it could be this connector, but why would that stop working? Either way, I just recorded this whole thing and there was no sound on it. So tried to record it again, but I tested the sound first and couldn't get any sound. So now I'm using just my iPad microphone, so it's not going to sound as good. But let's show you what I got this week. 4 comics, 2 are on my pull list, 2 off the shelf. Much smaller week than the ones I've been having. But let's start out first with Thongor. Creatures on the Loose, number 29. This is my top of the printer museum comic of the week that I stick up there and look at the cover. And I knew right away that this was a Gil Kane penciled cover, but I wasn't sure who the inker was. I was like, was that John Romita? But I didn't think so. It looked neat enough to be John Romita, but I didn't think it was him. And I looked it up, and it was Ralph Reese, which makes sense now that I know it, because if you've ever seen Ralph Reese's own artwork, it's he's got a lot of detail in it. So he put a lot of detail in this Gil Kane piece that you don't normally see in a Gil Kane piece. And he puts more detail in than I think John Romita would have, who I thought this resembled a little, but pretty nice piece. I always want to put an extra syllable in that and call him Thonagor, but it's Thongor. Creatures on the Loose 20. I bought this whole run of Thongor, like, I don't know, the late 90s or something, for dirt cheap, just because I liked their covers, and I've had them ever since in my bought just for their covers section, so I pulled that one out this week. Then we've also got the Comic Shop News. Something to do with Superman. A new Superman? Just kidding. So I don't know. I haven't paid attention to Superman in so long. And this one is mostly a list of stuff to order. Well, that reminds me also, I put Geiger on my pull list, and I also put Silver Coin on my pull list. I was kind of up in the air about Silver Coin, but then I read, like, most of my comics I read a second time, like a week after I get them. And I read them the first time. And I much liked Silver Coin number 2 the second time through. I really enjoyed it. And I also looked it up and found out it's a 5-issue miniseries. So I'm like, you know what? 12 more bucks, 3 more issues, I'll put Silver Coin on my pull list. So I did. And speaking of 5-issue miniseries, here's the 5th issue out of 5 of Rain Like Hammers. I've really enjoyed this series. Brandon Graham, and I've read some Brandon Graham before, but not a ton. This made me really like Brandon Graham. I'm gonna pick up whatever he does next, because that's how much I enjoyed this series. It's a $5 book, but that's at least 40 pages, if not more. And he fills these books up right from the beginning. So there's a lot of reading in one of these Rain Like Hammers. So, as a matter of fact, I would, if they put this in a nice oversized hardcover, I'd double dip on this one. I liked it so much. So, issue 5 of 5. I can't wait to read it and see how this crazy story. I can imagine it just not ending. I don't, because it's interesting. Then we got Radiant Black, which is number 4. And I have to keep reminding myself that the lead character in this isn't a teenager. It keeps reminding me of Invincible, but he's really a 30-something failed writer who's moved back to his hometown and is living with his parents because he ran out of money and hasn't had any success. And then he found this super suit, and it kind of reminds me of Greatest American Hero, the TV show from the 80s, where the guy finds a super suit with no instruction manual. And then there's this FBI guy who becomes his sidekick. Well, Radiant Black, I forget the character's real name, his sidekick is his childhood friend who's still living in their hometown. And here he ran into another guy in one of these suits. I think the other guy knows more about what's going on, but Radiant Black doesn't. So we'll see. I've been enjoying this one. We'll see what happens this issue. And then pulled off the shelf, I got Time Before Time. I don't know what this is about, but it caught my eye last week, but I had too many comics last week. I mean, the last month I've had like 8 to 10 comics a week. I'm used to having like 5 to 6 and spending about $20. In the last month, I've spent like $40 a week on comics. Oh, 1987. I think this has to do with time travel because there's a number over there too, 2140. And Declan Shavy, I think, is writing it, who I know from his art. Declan Shavy, Rory McConville are the writers. Joe Palmer is the artist. Chris O'Halloran is the colorist. And Hassan Atsami Elahau is the letterer. There you go. I don't know. I have no idea what it's about, but I kind of like the artwork. Like I said, last week it caught my eye. And I said to myself, you know what? If it's still here next week and I don't have many comics, I'll pick it up. So that's what I did. Picked this one up. We'll see how it is. Then we got another $7 comic, which is by Ed Piskor. The Red Room. I first read Ed Piskor's Hip Hop Family Tree as a web comic and really liked it. I ended up buying the box set of volumes 1 and 2 and did not like I didn't like the comics. I hated the printing on them. So I've never read it as a physical comic because I hate the printing so much on that Family Tree box set. But printing looks nice on here. Once again, I have no idea what this is about. C. Murder on the dark web for fun and profit. C. Rivers of gore. C. Illegal acts of pornography and degradation live on webcam. So I figured sometimes I watch his and Jim Rugg's Cartoonist Kayfabe channel. I'm not subscribed to them because they put out too many videos. I just can't keep up with them. Oh, coming in June, there's some more Red Room. So we'll see how this is. Self-contained first issue, 64 pages for $7. I'll give it a try. Now let me show you some of my artwork. First of all, yeah, I showed you this painting last week, and I just ordered some new canvases because I haven't done painting on canvas in a while, and I enjoyed this one so much I decided I wanted to do some more painting over the summer. And first I wanted to order 10 canvases, but I actually ordered 5 because I used to build my own stretchers and stretch my own canvases, meaning I'd get lumber, I'd put it together in the whatever size rectangle I want, I'd stretch canvas over it, staple it in the back, gesso it. When I was 26, that was easy to do. Now that I'm 54, it's a lot harder, a lot more physical. So I've been buying pre-stretched canvases. Though this, I think, is a leftover one I stretched myself. So I think it was about 24 by 36 inch, 5 24 by 36 inch stretched canvases, which is about that tall by that wide maybe. And those are supposedly coming into tomorrow. I'll see what I can do with them over the summer. I want to paint some more stuff. Meanwhile, I also have my Dreams of Things covers I've been doing. This is one I inked. Usually I ink them like this. And then after that, they go into my, here's my aluminum box, which I have a whole bunch of. And I said, this goes in here now. And then someday when I feel like doing some coloring with markers, I open the box and find one I want to work on. And that's what I did this week. When is this? 5/13. What now? 5/18. So did this 6 days ago. I marker colored this one. Lots of patterns, strange dreamlike imagery, circles, smiles, all sorts of fun stuff on that one. But yeah, that's what I do. I have sometimes I'll pencil these and then put them away to be inked. Sometimes I'll ink them, then put them away to be colored. After colored on, though I scan them in after they're at each stage too, so I have them. But I was going to make up a digital book since I now have 108 of these done. I could fill up a book pretty well. So I think I'm going to do that over the summer too. Got a lot of things to do over the summer. Let's see if I get any of them done. All right, some comics, some artwork. You guys have a good week out there.